On the other day, we integrated our large language model with a vector database. We performed certain vector search and we received the desired results. Now it's the right time to perform certain custom tasks or to integrate it with a third-party application. How do we achieve it? We have a feature called tools calling in Langchain framework. So we will write our own typical Python functions and we will wrap it with the tool decorator. Once we have done this transaction, then we would be binding it with a large language model. As and when we will be providing the input, the large language model will extract the inputs and it will call the appropriate functions accordingly. Let's move on to the video and we will understand in a better manner. Good day guys, my name is Melvin Satish and today we are going to discuss about tools calling in a Langchain framework. Let's open the VS Code and import the basic modules required for function calling. From Langchain Olama, import chat Olama for our chat interface. From Langchain core dot messages, import two messages. One is human messages and the second is AI message. Perfect. Second is we have to import the tool class Langchain core dot tools, import tool. So basic modules are already imported. Next we are going to create an LLM. For that, base URL equal to http://localhost:11434. Okay, that's one. Second is model equal to llama 3.2:3 billion and LLM equal to chat Olama, base URL equal to base URL, model equal to model. Right, so the LLM is ready. Next part we are going to create a Python function. All right, in this segment we will do a decorator called tool. So this tool class is coming along with the Langchain core tools. Okay, and here we are going to write a typical Python function. Let's say add, and we are going to define clean and neat. So first integer is going to be a and the type should be integer, and second integer is going to be b and the type should be integer. And since we are adding two integers, we should get our result also an integer. Okay, so this is very clear on that part, right? Now we are teaching we are going to give a context to our large language model so that it would be able to call the appropriate functions accordingly. So Python function to add two integers and return an integer value. Perfect. So this is clean and neat now. Next we are going to do arguments. So first we are going to give a colon. So first integer, okay, and we are going to define b, second integer. Okay, so we would be giving two parameters that we have already explained here. Next is the function, right? Return is going to be a and plus b. Okay, so it will be providing the addition part. Perfect. So I'll copy once again, and I want to create one more function so that we will be able to understand in a better manner. So here it is going to be difference, and I'll mention here Python function to add rather than add, find the difference of two integers and return an integer value. Perfect. So it would be giving accordingly, and rather here a plus b, I'll put a minus b. So our functions are ready. Perfect. Now let's arrange the functions properly. So I'll mention something like a tools is going to be add, I'll put it in a list, right, so that we can iterate it and call it. That's the beauty of that, right? And I'll be mentioning the different function as well. So these 2 points are perfectly fine. Now the time to invoke this tool. I mean, we have to bind it. How do we do that? For that, LLM with tools equal to, look at it here, we have the LLM and we are going to invoke it. So LLM dot tool, there's a parameter called bind tools and we would be adding this tools. Okay, so here it is. So this value we are adding here and we have already bound with the LLM with tools. Any value you can put it, it's not a big deal. Okay, next we are going to discuss tool with LLM with the tools are completed. Next is question equal to what is the difference between 40 and 80. Also, what is the sum of 76 and 45? Okay, this is my question. Now I have to ask these questions, right? So I'll give messages equal to I'll put it in a list because we need to append it the things, right? So human message, and I'll pass the question here. Okay, now my question has been passed to the prompt. Next part we have to do, we have to create an AI message equal to, so here is our messages we converted in the question we converted in the form of messages using human message component. Now we are converting this messages to AI message component format. For that we will use LLM with tools dot invoke and messages. Okay, so we have our AI messages, it is in progress, let it execute. And if we type AI message, let's see what are all the parameters. One is AI message, content is still empty, nothing is there. But when we are pretty much interested here, if you look at it, you will see an interesting parameter called tool calls. Okay, in this tool calls all our functions are properly arranged. See, the first element name is the first call is name difference, and A is 40 and B is 80. This is what we asked, right? Second function, it is properly formatted, that is add, and A is 76 and B is 45. Perfect. So this has already been created a appropriate tools and assigned the arguments. All we need is we need to execute it. Okay, that is going to be again tricky. For tool in tools, print tool. Okay, we got these two items, right? Now I'm just gonna modify it in a nice manner. So tool list equal to a dictionary comprehension, tool dot name, that means add. Here the key is going to be add, colon, I need the whole property. So for that what we will do, tool. Okay, for tool in tools. Okay, because tool in tools we called it, so that we got everything. The same thing I'm putting it here. Okay, so I took the first line when first iteration happened, and from this tool I took this dictionary one key as a add, and its value is the whole response of that first tool element. Similarly, I took it the second as well, so that I got the tool list. Perfect. So this is quite tricky. You should understand it, else you will be getting confused. Okay. Now we have the tool list, right? Now let's do one more stuff here, AI messages. And in the AI messages, if you look at it here, you would see tool calls, right? It's a list. Similar thing it is executing here as well. So what is to be done now? Let's iterate the AI message. So for that, for tool call in AI message dot tool calls, then only we will get the list value. And I will do a print tool call. Okay, let's understand what is output. Okay, we got the proper one, right? Here is a tricky stuff. I'm going to open one more cell here. In this, for tool call in AI message tool calls, I'll copy paste it as it is. Now I need the tool name. Okay, I'm going to mention tool name equal to, so here is a tool call, right? The first iteration. So tool call dot name, if I take this name value, so that I'll get the diff or function name, right? So what I will do here is tool call, and here I need to mention name. Okay, and remember that sometimes I'm using dot tool call, sometimes I'm using this one. This is called JSON method, and if it is a response is in a classified model, then we have to use dot. If it is a dictionary format, we have to use this square bracket for declaring the keys. Okay, so just understand it. This is basically a Python basic knowledge. Now we have the tool name, right? From this tool name, our next part is selected tool. I will put selected tool equal to, we need to figure it out, right? List of tool list, and from tool list I'm going to, so tool list in the sense this tool list, right? So I'll be getting add, and add is the key and difference is another key, and add function is going to be the value, difference function is going to be the value of the second key. So if I mention here this tool name, tool from this tool list is a dictionary basically, and if I define that key, I will be able to get the proper value of that, right? So I'm going to mention the tool name. Okay, so we got the tool name, perfect. Next we are going to do response equal to selected tool dot invoke, and what we are going to do, tool call, the whole property, I mean this whole parameter first entry to be passed here. If next activity to be performed, next entry to be performed, right? So we would be getting this response. So what I'm gonna do is messages, we have already a list declared, right? Messages dot append, and here we will have a response, right? In this response I'm going to mention content, because there will be a content, or rather I will do one thing, print response. So just for understanding, see we have two parameters, content 40 and 121. So what I will do here is I'm going to append this to messages. So in this case, messages dot append, it's a list already, and here I'm going to define response dot content. Excellent. Now print messages, right? Human message content, what's the difference between 40 and 80, also what's the sum of 76 and 457, and if you look at it, you have two values here. So that's it for now, and we will continue our GenAI series, and this is Melvin Satishan signing off now and wishing you a great rest of the day. Thank you.